heading to Haven over here to follow the trail of the Urn of Sacred Ashes. And since we're heading that way, we're going to cut through Bann Loren's lands and maybe check out a room around here. Cailan's honor card.
Thank you. I didn't expect the Bann's men to notice my escape so quickly. I tried to hide here in the woods, but there wasn't time. And now I'm a dead man.
What do you mean, there wasn't time?
You were there in Ostagar. You know how things went. For me, it was either this, or die in some Darkspawn's belly, or be hung as a deserter.
Yes, I recognize your face.
You were there with the Grey Wardens, one of Duncan's new recruits. I was to guard the king. He was my friend, understand? Maker. All that time in Bann Loren's prison. And I couldn't stop thinking about all they suffered that one dark night at Ostagar.
It's not your fault they died.
I know. Even had Logain's men not turned their backs on us, the Darkspawn were too many. Even Cailan, for all his bravado, knew there would be no victory at Ostagar. The king entrusted me with the key to the royal arms chest. If anything were to happen to him, he said, it was vital I deliver it to the Wardens.
Why didn't he just give the key to Duncan?
He didn't get the chance. Duncan was so busy with the new recruits and keeping Logain at bay. Whatever his reasoning, it's me Cailan entrusted it to.
Do you still have this key?
The Maker has a sense of humor, doesn't he? I suppose it's for the best, however. Had I kept it, it would be in Bann Loren's hands by now.
Why am I not surprised? Is there someone else we should be bringing back from the brink of death instead?
I was afraid. I thought I would lose it on the battlefield, so I stashed it in the camp. Please. It's probably still there.
Where?
The key's behind a loose stone at the base of a statue. I'll draw a map for you, so you'll know where to search.
You'll be taking me along, won't you? And Wynne as well, I suspect. Call me sentimental, but we left behind some Darkspawn that really deserve a drubbing.
It is vital that the king's documents do not fall into the wrong hands. As for Marik's sword, it is too powerful to be pawed at by those monsters. Same for the king's other arms and armor. And if you happen to find Cailan's body, see it off. He was our king. He shouldn't be left to rot amidst the Darkspawn's filth.
I'll add it to the list of places to go. It's actually... Yeah, let's actually cut back around, so we're gonna camp for the night first.
I have been studying Mother's grimoire. Do you wish to hear what I have found?
What did you find?
'Tis not what I expected. I had hoped for a collection of her spells, a map of the power that she commands. but this is not it.
Yet you look disturbed.
Disturbed? Yes, perhaps that is the right word. One thing in particular within her writings disturbs me. Here, in great detail, Flemeth explains the means by which she has survived for centuries.
A spell of immortality?
Oh, if only 'twere so. Flemeth has raised many daughters over her long lifetime. There are stories of these many witches of the wilds throughout chastened legend, yet I have never seen a one, and always wondered why not. And now I know. They are all Flemeth. When her body becomes old and wizened, she raises a daughter, and when the time is right, she takes her daughter's body for her own.
So, why would she risk sending you with me then?
I do not know. Perhaps 'tis as she said, the Darkspawn threaten her as much as they threaten anyone else. Or perhaps she believes that this journey will make me more powerful. According to the tome, if the host is already powerful and trained in magic, it takes far less time for Flemeth to settle in.
So if you died, she would just have another daughter?
Not by any natural means. Perhaps I should take this as a vote of confidence from her on my capabilities. Or perhaps she simply wished me gone from the Kolkari wilds so she could prepare her ritual in peace. A disturbing thought.
And you had no idea? I'm so sorry.
Do not be sorry. I am not. I am angry. There is only one possible response to this. Flemeth needs to die. I will not sit about like an empty sack waiting to be filled. Flemeth must be slain, and I need your help to do it.
Perhaps you should talk to her about it first.
And what would that do? At best, I would receive pointless reassurances. At worst, Flemeth would imprison me once she became aware I know what I do. I know my mother well enough to be confident she would show no mercy when it came to her own survival. I must do the same.
Good point. Very well, I'll help you if I can.
Then what needs to be done is for you to go back to Flemeth's hut in the Kokari Wilds without me. If I am present when she is slain, I cannot be certain that she will not be able to possess my body right then, so I must remain at the camp. Confront her and slay her quickly. I doubt she will truly be dead even then, but it will take her years to find a new host and recover her power, if that is even possible. The thing I must have is her true grimoire. With it, I can defend against her power in the future. Everything else in her hut is yours.
Do I have a time limit on this?
Not really, but the sooner the better, no?
All right, I'll see what I can do.
I am grateful. The sooner this can be done, the sooner it will set my mind at ease.
Wow, tense. Switching gear real fast. I want to go back to dual wielding. So that I think Alistair said. Oh, that's good. Doesn't have any. to build up my strength. I can wear that. Some of these I'm just holding on to for sentimental reasons. But the rest I think we can sell. Let's enchant first.
Enchantment?
Yes, please.
Enchantment!
I'm gonna take off some of these runes and move some stuff around. Alright, so this already has fire ability, so maybe we'll do a little bit of everything. So lightning and frost. Should we use that expert? Yeah, let's go And Alistair had, I think I liked him with the lightning. Sten, I think I gave him a frost protection ring, so we'll do that. And Zevran can have the Master Frost.
You and your friends are formidable folk, indeed. It's good to have you along on the road.
Can I see your wares?
I'm sure you'll be pleased with the goods my boy and I have collected, and with your discount.
Those might be nice for Leliana at some point. Kind of expensive. Whatever. No time like the present. Oh, actually, I wonder. I can't do a matching set with that, can I? Yeah. Oh, we'll see. Keep these just in case we can put something together for her. I don't really use these lyrium potions, because they're a drug and whatever. Yeah, gifts. Do I have gifts to give to everybody? Maybe not. Maybe I'll give those to Sten. count as leather, or maybe just being light. So maybe I just need to change her gloves. No bonus. Well, whatever. Okay, let's go chat with some folk. Talk to Morrigan. How's Sten doing?
You called.
Sten, I'd like to talk with you more.
I am hardly surprised.
So, how do you like Fereldan? Do you find it very strange?
To put it lightly, no one has a place here. Our farmers wish to be merchants. The merchants dream of being nobles, and the nobles become warriors. No one is content to be who they are.
Don't the Kunari ever want to change their lot in life?
What does that accomplish? The farmer who buys a shop is never a merchant. He is always a farmer turned merchant. He carries his old life with him as a turtle carries its shell.
But that's what makes a turtle stronger.
Does it? It's also his weakness. If he stumbles and falls over, it pins him on his back. It is better to armor yourself with no more than what you need. One life, one duty.
I suppose that's true.
Shall we move on?
Well, is there anything that you do like about Fereldan?
There is interesting food here. You have a thing. It doesn't have a word in the Kunari tongue. Little baked things like bread, but sweet and crumbly.
Do you mean cookies?
Yes, we have no such things in our lands. This should be remedied.
You know, you keep mentioning home. Are you homesick?
Perhaps. It's strange to be in a crowd and hear a language that is not your own. To see faces that are and aren't like yours. I miss the smells of Zevran. Tea and incense and the sea. Fereldan smells of wet dogs.
You left out rotting garbage.
True. I was trying to forget that part. Shall we move on?
Yes, I'm ready to head out.
As you wish.
Good old Sten, telling it like it is. Leliana.
Something I can help with?
Yeah, just wanted to talk.
Yes? What's on your mind?
Do you miss anything about Orlais?
I miss Val Royeaux. Unlike other cities where the people are the lifeblood and the character, Val Royeaux was her own person, and her people little more than decorations. There was always music in Val Royeaux, streaming from the many windows, quiet refrains and triumphant choruses, and always, floating above that all, the chant, coming from the Grand Cathedral. It was magnificent.
I've never been to Orlais.
If you get the chance, you should see it, at least Val Royeaux. Of course there are good things and bad things about Orlais, like anywhere else. Sometimes I miss it dearly, and sometimes I'm glad I'm rid of it. And you will laugh at this, but I miss the fine things I had in Orlais.
What sorts of things?
Dresses, fine dresses and furs. And shoes, of course. One can't mingle with nobility with bad shoes, you see. Orlais is very fashionable, almost ridiculously so. But the shoes! Living with those ridiculous trends was worth it for the shoes.
What's so special about shoes?
Well, they're shoes. They're pretty. Some of them anyway. When I left Orlais, the fashion was shoes with delicate tapered heels and embellishments in the front. A ribbon, perhaps, or embroidery. In soft colors, of course. It was spring.
Wouldn't that be hard to walk in?
I wouldn't want to run in it, or have to enter battle, but for lounging in a lady's sitting room, perfect. The shoes made in Orlais were exquisite. Not at all like these clunky fur-lined leather boots you have in Fereldan. Ugh, just look at them.
Well, at least they keep the cold out.
They're sturdy shoes, but sometimes a girl just wants to have pretty feet. Oh, I could talk about shoes all day, but we have things to do, don't we?
I must ask, what does being a Grey Warden mean to you?
Oh. I suppose it means I've been chosen to do something important.
There's that, of course. But there's more to being a Grey Warden than killing Darkspawn and saving the world from the Blight. Ultimately, being a Grey Warden is about serving others, about serving all people, whether elves or dwarves or men.
You mean to say I serve as a protector?
As a Grey Warden, you are a guardian of men, and you guard them because their continued existence is more important than you are. Thus it is you who serves, not they.
I will keep that in mind.
A good king, a true king who cares for his land, uses his power to rule firmly but fairly. He serves his people first and foremost. The king who does not do this, who believes that he is entitled to his power, who abuses it and uses it for his own means, is a tyrant.
I suppose that's why many kings are tyrants.
And the country suffers for it. If you live apart from others, and your actions affect only you, then you may do as you wish. But if you have power, influence, and strength, your every action will be as a drop of water in a clear, still pond. The drop causes ripples, and ripples spread. Think of how far they will go, how wide they will become, how will they affect the pond. But I've lectured enough for today. I should stop before I wear out my welcome.
Here I am.
So Zevran, can you teach others to be an assassin?
Oh, I certainly could, but I won't. I swore to the crows that the things they taught me were to remain a secret. And while, yes, they are already angry at me, I'd rather not push things, you see.
Very well, I respect your word.
If you are truly insistent, well, let me think about it. The crows are already angry at me, yes? Who knows?
Here, look at this. Do you know what this is?
Your new weapon of choice?
Yes, that's right. Watch as I thrash our enemies with the mighty power of floral arrangements. Feel my thorns, Darkspawn. Ah! I will overpower you with my rosy scent. Or, you know, it could just be a rose. I know that's pretty dull in comparison.
Sentiment can be a pretty potent weapon.
Is it that easy to see right through me? Huh. I guess I shouldn't be surprised. I picked it in Lothering. I remember thinking, how could something so beautiful exist in a place with so much despair and ugliness? I probably should have left it alone, but I couldn't. The Darkspawn would come and their taint would just destroy it. So I've had it ever since.
That is a nice sentiment.
I thought that I might give it to you, actually. In a lot of ways, I think the same thing when I look at you.
Thank you, Alistair. That's a lovely thought.
I'm glad you like it. I was just thinking, here I am doing all this complaining, and you haven't exactly been having a good time of it yourself. You've had none of the good experience of being a Grey Warden since your joining. Not a word of thanks or congratulations. It's all been death and fighting and tragedy. I thought maybe I could say something. Tell you what a rare and wonderful thing you are to find amidst all this darkness.
I feel the same way about you.
I'm glad you like it. Now, if we could move right on past this awkward, embarrassing stage and get right to the steamy bits, I'd appreciate it.
Sounds good. Off with the armor then.
Ha ha. Bluff called. Damn, she saw right through me.
You're so cute when you're bashful.
I'll be standing over here until the blushing stops, just to be safe. You know how it is.
Oh, my buddy. Hey, Sal. in for the night. Get some rest. Bright and early before we head out. Gonna give my party gifts. Surviving another day together. Celebrate another dawn. So Alistair will get the stone dragon.
Is that for me? Really?
Sorry, I keep cutting him off. Sten. Let's do these steel bracers that have warhounds on them.
You have my thanks.
Leliana. The steel symbol of Andraste.
Oh, how dear of you. Thank you so much.
Sal, a good boy. Maybe we'll find a lamb bone or something while we're out. Zevran. Do this remarkable malachite, maybe? Actually not sure. Why not?
You have excellent taste.
Morrigan, this golden rope necklace.
A fine gift. You have my thanks.
Wynne, get some wine.
Oh, marvelous.
And yeah, everybody's good. Here we go. Alright, we're going back to Ostagar, so
Yes.
I'm gonna take Alistair and Wynne.
Yes.
And maybe Sten.
Yes.
You know, he has experience on the battlefield.
More dark.
Must have this.
She already has so many of these.
I fell.
Wynne, are you alright?
For a moment there, I thought I thought it was all over.
You just need rest, that's all.
I will explain everything when we are back at camp. Now is not the time.
Something about returning here makes me feel old, Wynne.
And what exactly are you implying, Alistair?
What? What? Nothing. No, I just thought...
You just thought I might be an expert at feeling old and could share some sage advice.
I just mean that I was a different person then. I believed him, you know? That it would be a glorious battle, that we'd win.
I did too. We were all a little bit younger the last time we were here.
Well, not you. You've always been old.
With lips like that, son, you'll be lucky if you live to be half my age.
Yes.
What's the matter, Alistair?
I don't know, it just feels wrong to find this here. Poured over by Darkspawn and thick with their rot. It was his.
I know, I feel it too. But he is not the first king to ever fall in battle, or even the first to fall to the Darkspawn.
Yes, but this wound cuts deeper.
And it will bleed longer. But we must keep moving. No doubt the Darkspawn are eager to give us plenty more reasons to mourn.
I sense some Darkspawn. right. Yes.
Oh no. Ash Warriors Mari.
I sense some darkspawn.
Forgive us, my king. Once we flushed the Darkspawn from their holes and bought ourselves some time, we'll be back to see you to the Maker.
More darkspawn, eh?
Up there, the Tower of Ishal. Let's do this.
All right. And I'm off. Going.
some of the items that we're carrying around.
And I'm off.
Yes.
Yes.
All right.
Down the hole and into the deep. I don't even want to imagine where that leads.
And I'm off.
How about you then?
Draw your weapon.
Are you talking to me?
Your weapon. Draw it.
Why? Are we under attack?
I want to see what you can do.
You want to fight me? Just like that?
You are a Grey Warden. How are you going to face an archdemon if you cannot face me?
It is a mystery, I'll admit.
I should let your weakness damn us all? Draw your sword. I'll try not to injure you permanently.
I don't have to prove anything to you, forget it.
So you do have a spine. Pity you don't use it.
Who should have Duncan? I mean, I guess Alistair should have Duncan's armor. That makes the most sense. Ooh. Pretty cool commander stuff. It would be symbolic to give him Cailan's shield about, you know, family and whatever, but I also don't feel like I want to get rid of the Grey Warden shield. Because that's more him. So we're gonna stick with the commander gear. Duncan's. I definitely want to use this dagger though. I have to get my dexterity up. I'll buff it with some runes when we get back to camp. pretty cool, but it doesn't have any rune spots. Actually, I think the Silver Knight or Pain is better. Same for this. Sal, doing fine. Okay. Okay. I think we got everything we needed.
Where's the tavern?
Not this way.
Huh.
Alistair, are you all right?
Oh, they left him here to rot. We need to do something.
He's of royal blood and deserves a pyre.
He was a good man who hoped too much and died too young. He deserves what little honor we can afford to grant him.
Yes.
I want to take these things back to party camp and unload a bit. Hopefully gear gets...
I think I owe you an explanation for what happened earlier.
Yes, you had me quite worried.
You should know that something happened to me at the tower before you came along. You spoke to Petra, did you not? She told you I saved her from a demon. I did, but I did not survive that encounter.
But you're standing right here.
Let me explain fully. I engaged a very powerful demon to rescue Petra. It sapped me of all my energy and will and left me drained. It took everything I had to defeat it. And when I was done, I no longer had the strength to keep my heart beating. I remember my life ebbing away. Everything receded from me. Sound, light. I remember being enveloped in complete, impenetrable darkness. And then I sensed a presence enfolding me and cradling me, whispering quietly to me. The sensation is impossible to describe. I was being held back, firmly but gently, as a mother would a child eager to slip from her grasp. I felt life and warmth flowing through my veins again. I began to be aware of small sounds and the discomfort of my hip pressing into the cold stone of the tower floor.
That's amazing.
The Fade contains spirits both benevolent and malicious. The benevolent spirits seldom make themselves known, because they want nothing from mortals, unlike the demons. It was one of these spirits that saved me. Without it, I would be dead. And it has not left me. It is with me, even now, bonded to me. You see, I am supposed to be dead. It is the spirit that is keeping me in this world. And this is not the way of things. Perhaps the spirit did not expect this, but it is weakening gradually. I am living on borrowed time.
So, I suppose we will make the best of that time then.
Yes, that we will.
Maybe we've finally found a set for Leliana, we'll see. Still not strong enough. Scale armor, the chainmail. I don't really want to put her in Grey Warden gear because she's not a Grey Warden. I'll at least keep her these gloves. also just a quick stopover. I'm not going to do party gifts like usual.
You and your friends are formidable folk, indeed. It's good to have you along on the road.
Thanks. Can I see your wares?
I'm sure you'll be pleased with the goods my boy and I have collected, and with your discount.
Get to the goods here. Good enough. Oh. Enchantments.
Enchantment?
Yes, please.
Enchantment!
Actually, nah, okay, never mind. I was gonna switch those around, but really I just want to take that off and put it on Duncan's sword, since that's what Alistair's using. And then I can sell
Something you need?
Imperial Blade.
I'm sure either my boy or I can help you out. I'm sure you'll be pleased with the goods my boy and I have collected, and with your discount.
Okay, all good. Off we go.
Yes.
Yes.
Classic crew.
Yes.
Oh, I forgot. I told Morrigan, since we're down here, we're gonna swing by Flemeth's hut. Or I guess we'll go the long way?
was interesting. And draining.
What was that? Did you summon the spirit?
I called forth the spirit that sustains me, so that it could lend us aid. I did not realize it would take this much out of me. It seemed a good idea at the time, if a little rash. I think it may have weakened the spirit a little.
So, you could kill yourself doing this?
Well, that's certainly conceivable. I suppose I shouldn't be using that particular trick to entertain children at parties.
No, I don't want you exerting yourself like that.
I promise I'll be careful. And thank you. Your concern is touching.
And so you return. Lovely Morrigan has at last found someone willing to dance to her tune. Such enchanting music she plays, wouldn't you say?
I've come to talk, nothing more.
Oh, how interesting. Speak then. You have come far, and I am nothing if not hospitable.
Is it true you intend to take Morgan's body?
Oh, I do like that. Ah, but it is an old, old story. One that Flemeth has heard before, and even told. Let us skip right to the ending, shall we? Do you slay the old wretch as Morrigan bids, or does the tale take a different turn?
I just want the truth.
The truth, she says, as if it were nothing. No, no. Far better the lie. Far better the comfort of blankets and shadows and a mother's love. Morrigan wishes my grimoire? Take it as a trophy. Tell her I am slain.
But what happens to you?
I go. Perhaps I surprise Morrigan one day. Or I may simply watch. It would be interesting to see what she does with her freedom. Enlightening, even. Would you give an old woman that?
No, I'm sorry.
Shame. What will it be, then?
Now you die.
It is a dance poor Flemeth knows well. Let us see if she remembers the steps. Come, she will earn what she takes. I'd have it no other way.
Dragon! Dear. Come on.
And I'm off.
I guess we have to stop back in camp really quickly. Drop this off to Morrigan.
Huh.
I don't understand. You look like a woman.
What's not to understand about that?
You are a Grey Warden, so it follows that you can't be a woman.
That doesn't make any sense.
So you understand my confusion, then?
Well, I'm confused now anyway.
Women are priests, artisans, shopkeepers, or farmers. They don't fight.
That's not a universal truth. Plenty of women fight.
Why would women ever wish to be men? That makes no sense.
That's not... None of what you're saying makes sense, Sten.
Exactly.
Okay, I'm a woman, and I'm fighting.
One of those things can't be true. A person is born, Gunari or human or elven or dwarf. He doesn't choose that. The size of his hands, whether he is clever or foolish, the land he comes from, the color of his hair, these are beyond his control. We do not choose, we simply are.
But a person can choose what they do.
Can they? We'll see.
You have returned from the wilds, alive. What news have you?
Flemeth is dead, and you're free.
Dead? You actually managed it? I barely dared to hope 'twas even possible. And the real Grimoire? Did you find it?
Yes, here it is.
And so here it is. Fantastic. And thank you for helping me. No one has ever... Thank you.
Difficult to say, is it?
Perhaps a little, but 'tis honestly meant.
Get some flasks.
Are you sure I can't interest you in this hat? A pair of earrings, perhaps? A cheese knife?
You know, you've never actually told me what your story is exactly.
Well, if you're really interested, I suppose it wouldn't hurt to tell you. I'm originally from Orzammar, just as you are, I suspect. You don't have the look of a surface dwarf about you. I was a merchant there, too. Merchant caste. These things are in the blood, you know. You can't just leave them behind. I ran a fairly successful business. Rare artifacts, you know. Old things, grand things. The nobles loved them. Reminded them of the lost glory days, I suppose.
So why did you leave?
One day, a noble woman came to my store. She looked around for a bit and then started shrieking in dismay. Apparently, she believed that a pair of bracers I had for sale once belonged to her brother. He'd been lost in a cave-in, you see, while on an expedition to clear out the Darkspawn from one of the tunnels running close to the city. They were made specially for him. They're unique, she shrieked. He stole them from my poor brother's corpse. She had me arrested on the spot, of course. Nobles, they're touchy like that.
Tell me about it.
Ah, yes, your brand. You know what I'm talking about, don't you? Anyway, the woman, as I said, accused me of stealing the bracers. Well, I didn't steal them. You see, I'd been paying these castless thugs to venture out into the deep roads for me. The lost tides. They're full of things that people left behind. Sometimes you can find a treasure. Something worth a little gold.
I guess it's better to do something with them than leave them to rot.
That's exactly how I see it. The noblewoman, she wasn't too happy with the theft of her brother's bracers. I don't know what they planned for me, and I didn't want to find out. Bribed the guard that was watching me and took off for the surface first opportunity I got. Never looked back.
And now here you are.
Yes, here I am. Now, is there anything the boy or I can get you?
So where did these goods come from? Not the deep roads, right?
Look, we don't rob people, all right? We don't take things from people that need them. The things in the Lost Tides, what good did they do lying there? I brought them back to Orzammar, where people could look at them and remember. It's not all that different up here. There are places long abandoned by the humans everywhere. Even more now with the Darkspawn coming.
What do you mean?
People flee from the Blight with good reason, but they forget things. Things with value and meaning. They leave them behind because they're frightened and desperate. And sometimes, my boy and I, we find our way to these places before the Horde descends, and we save these things. I take them away so the Darkspawn don't get them. Is that so bad? They destroy everything they touch.
I suppose it's better than having the Darkspawn take it all.
That's what I tell myself, too. Ah, these are dark times indeed. Dark times, my friend.
You didn't mention your son in your tale.
Ah, yes. I'm married to a fine woman back in Denerim, it's true. She'd give me a son if she could, but that's not likely to ever be. Sandal here. I found him in the deep roads years ago. Abandoned, I think, and he was never quite right in the head. I took him in, and I brought him with me when I came here to the surface. He may not be my blood, true, but I think of him as one.
We left Orzammar.
That's right, boy. Maybe one day we'll see it again.
Blood isn't all that important anyways.
That's how I've always felt. As long as he's happy, so am I. It's not as if I don't benefit, mind you. Turns out the boy's a natural working with enchantments. He might have even been lyrium-addled. I never thought of that before, to be honest. Happens sometimes. He can work an enchantment into just about anything, however, given some time. Could probably open his own shop, if he knew how.
Enchantment.
Well, he does seem to enjoy it, at least.
Alright. I guess that's enough talk. Let me see your wares.
I'm sure you'll be pleased with the goods my boy and I have collected, and with your discount.
Gifts or chat or anything. You've got places to be and it keeps stopping everywhere else. Right, going
Yes.
with the dream team.
Yes.
Actually, I'd probably take Zevran, but I think Leliana will have more to say about Brother Genitivi.
Indeed.
And off to Haven.
Huh.
What are you doing in Haven? There's nothing for you here.
I have business here.
No, you do not. I would have been informed if someone was expecting a visitor.
Isn't there a Brother Genitivi here?
Who? Perhaps revered Father Eirik will know of whom you speak. Unfortunately, he's ministering to the villagers at the moment and cannot be disturbed.
Revered father? I've never heard of this.
It's always been thus in Haven. We do not question tradition.
Are your traditions very different from ours?
Our ways are not the ways of the lowland cities.
Very well. Excuse me.
You may trade for supplies at the shop if you wish. Then I suggest you and your companions leave.
Did it just get a lot colder, or is it just me?
Come, Bonnie. Who are you? You shouldn't be here.
Where is everyone?
In the chantry. Mother wanted me to go to the chant, but she doesn't get to tell me what to do anymore. I'm sick of listening to Father Eirik, along with the babies and the girls. Soon I'll be old enough to go up the mountain and...
And what?
Nothing. It's just nicer up there. You wouldn't understand. Lowlanders don't belong here.
Why can't I talk to the chicken?
You remind me of Lady Cecily.
Who?
She was an Orlesian lady. My mother served her until she died, and Lady Cecily let me stay instead of turning me out on this.
Do you think the tower is ever going to get back to what it was, Wynne?
I could do that for you.
I don't know. Oh, a great number of people died. It will be difficult to imagine rebuilding. That cloud hanging over everything for many years to come.
Do you think you'll be there? To help rebuild, I mean, once this is all over with.
I cannot say. Even if I survive this flight, I am a very old woman, Alistair.
Why? Because of some grey hair? You are a formidable woman, Wynne. You could see that it happens.
I think you overestimate the number of years I have left. But perhaps you are right. Or perhaps the memories of what happened there will be too strong for me to face.
I have a hard time believing that.
Well, it's good to have someone that believes in me so. Now, if I could only feel the same way myself, that would be something.
I've never heard of any village out this way. Is this place even on a proper map?
I should really be in the chantry.
The hours. Strange books to be around.
And I'm off.
Now I have a looting problem. Can't help myself.
Who are you? You're not from Haven.
Why does everyone tell me that like I don't already know it?
We don't get very many visitors.
Can you tell me about Haven then?
How would you describe the place you know only as home?
Tell me this. Have you seen a man called Brother Genitivi?
No, I've never heard that name.
Well, this is the shop, right? Now I'll take a look.
I don't have much, but I suppose you can take a look.
Yeah, he really doesn't have much. Andraste's arrows. It's pretty cool. Maybe Leliana will like this.
What are you doing? That's private.
I'm just taking a peek.
No!
I'm afraid I'm going to have to insist.
No! You have no right!
Investigating a missing person, why can't these people stay out of my way?
Allow me. I can do that for you. Allow me. I could do that for you. Allow me. I could do that for you.
Another corpse. Arl Eamon's night. Well, at least now we know for sure.
Now let's see. Which one first?
Okay,
Dismount yourself! Surely you are shooting while you can! Stop me!
We are blessed beyond measure. We are chosen by the holy and beloved to be her guardians. This sacred duty is given to us alone. Rejoice, my brethren, and prepare your hearts to receive her. Lift up your voices and despair not, for she will raise her faithful servants to glory when her... Ah, welcome. I heard we had a visitor wandering about the village. I trust you've enjoyed your time in Haven so far?
Enough. We're well past pretending this village is normal.
Perhaps. But staying hidden means staying protected. And we must protect Haven and our charges at all costs. We don't owe you any explanations for our actions. We have a sacred duty. Failure to protect her would be a greater sin. All will be forgiven.
We must stop.
Battle it is
now
then!
we're going to battle.
Finished.
Allow me. I can do that for you. Yes. Allow me. I could do that for you.
Who are you? They've sent you to finish it.
I'm Lyra. I'm here to help you.
You don't know how glad I am to see someone who isn't from this village. The leg's not doing so well, and I can't feel my foot.
Wynne, can you help?
I can set the leg and ease some of the pain, but he'll need a lot of rest in order to heal.
I don't have time to rest now. I'm so close. The urn is just up that mountain.
How do you know?
My research led me to Haven, and I have heard the villagers talking. I know the urn is here. Haven lies in the shadow of the mountain that holds the urn. There is an old temple there built to protect it. The door is always locked, but I know what the key is. Eirik wears a medallion that opens the temple door. I've seen what he does with it.
This medallion?
Yes, that is your key. Take me to the mountainside, and I will show you.
Could you answer some questions for me first?
All right. What is on your mind?
Do you know about the knights who were sent to look for you?
Yes, of course. How could I forget? Eirik said they were ambushed, some killed, a few brought back to Haven to be questioned. He was so self-righteous about it, so smug. He seemed pleased that he had tortured and murdered these men.
Eirik's not going to be bothering anyone else for a while.
Good. Eirik and his fellows were a blemish in the Maker's sight. If the Maker would even deign to look upon this world, that is. Let's just talk about something else now, shall we?
So, will the ashes cure Arl Eamon?
Cure Arl Eamon? Is the Arl sick? What happened?
He was poisoned on Logain's orders.
Logain? Why? Oh, I have been so occupied with the urn. I've missed so much. I certainly hope the ashes will save him. The legends speak of their miraculous powers. There are many stories of pilgrims being healed, the blind seeing, and the lame dancing in joy. Perhaps it is Andraste that does this. Perhaps it is belief itself. By believing the ashes are magical, you make them so.
I suppose that's possible.
Anyway, that can be discussed once we actually have the ashes, and the Arl is better.
That's enough, I suppose.
All right. Are you ready to go then?
Brother, before we head out, I think you should know about Waylon.
Waylon? What about him?
They had him killed. An imposter was put in his place.
Oh, poor Waylon. I should never have dragged you into this. Make us take you into his hands, my boy.
I'm sorry, brother.
He believed in me, even when I lost faith in myself. I will honor his memory. Was there something else you wanted to say?
I'm ready to leave for the temple.
Ah, good. Help me up here. I'll try not to slow us down. Here we are. Give me the medallion, and let's see if I remember. Yes, you see, it can be manipulated, just like this. And there. A key to open the way.
It looks different open like that.
Now, where does this go? give to have seen this hall in all its splendor, as it was meant to be. Still, sweep away the ice and the snow, and traces of beauty remain.
We can't afford to linger here.
I'm sorry, what? I was a little distracted, I apologize. These carvings were created just after Andraste's death, and they may reveal things about her life that we do not yet know. I think I need more time to study these statues and carvings.
You want to stay here? Is it safe?
I could not keep up with you with my injuries. I should be safe. I don't think there are any villagers here. Go. I will be all right. Perhaps my destiny was only to lead you to the Ann.
Is there anything else I need to know about the temple?
It was designed to protect the Ann from those who would steal it or do harm to it. Namely, the Tevinter Imperium.
What sort of dangers are we talking about here?
I'm not sure. The legends were never very specific on that point. Only the faithful shall lay eyes on the sacred ashes. Death and misfortune await the unbeliever. The Maker's gaze has fallen on Andraste's final resting place. He weeps for his beloved, and his wrath at her betrayers endures.
So it's the wrath of the Maker that strikes men down?
That is what the legend says, and the Maker may indeed watch this place. Read between the lines, however, and you'll understand that it is merely a simple truth draped in hyperbole and metaphor. After all, no one wants to hear Willie toiled for many a year to perfect the curious mechanisms that would send a sharpened spike up the arse of the unwary intruder.
Oh, how pleasant.
I think my decision to stay here was the best one, don't you?
Definitely. Well, I'll be back soon.
I'll be right here if you need me. Now I need something to write on.
By the shifting skies of the Fade, this is magnificent.
Ha! Let's wipe them out quickly! Ha! I didn't like this part!
You think any of those might still be readable?
Going. wants to fight?
Right here. And I'm gonna keep the Grey Warden uniform on, of course, but...
Going. Ha! Let's wipe them out quickly! Push them back! Try not to be too incompetent. It's embarrassing. Look over there. Wield them well.
All right. Allow me. I could do that for you. Yes. Allow me. I can do that for you. Allow me. I could do that for you. All right.
That's Archon Hysarian, the Magister who ordered Andraste burned to death, and then took mercy on her at the last second.
Right. Ha! Let's wipe them out quickly!
Right there?
Yes. Allow me. I can do that for you. Now let's see. Which one first? I got it! Yes. Yes.
Just die already!
Going.
So, you're female, Leliana, right?
I am? That's news. When did that happen?
I just wanted some advice. What should I do If I think a woman is special and...
You want to woo her? Here's a good tip. You shouldn't question her about her femaleness.
All right, yes, good point.
Why do you ask? Are you afraid things will not proceed naturally?
Why would they? Especially when I do things like ask women if they're female.
It adds to your charm, Alistair. You're a little awkward. It is endearing.
So I should be awkward. Didn't you just say not to do things like that?
Just be yourself. You do know how to do that, don't you?
All right, forget I asked.
Allow me. I can do that for you. All right.
Oh, you'll have to do so much better than that! Ha ha! If you insist.
So what do you think will happen to all those people we left behind in Lothering?
Some of them will find their way to Denerim. Many will die, as the Maker wills.
Don't you wish you could have stayed there? To help more people, I mean.
If the Blight isn't stopped, everyone will die. This is the greater good we're serving, both of us, right here.
So it's all right to let some people die for the greater good? I'm not so sure about that. I felt bad leaving all those people there, all panicked and helpless.
You're doing what you must, Alistair. There will be worse to come yet. You will need to steel yourself. You know this.
I've never been very good at that. The steeling myself part. I find it better sometimes to be a little weak. I'm all right.
If you insist. Time to play.
Yes.
We'll try this way first.
Now let's see which one first.
Just die already!
I can be praised.
All right.
We seem to be heading up. Yes, I think these caverns are going up to the surface.
Perhaps we shouldn't go this way then yet. Yeah. Gotta explore over here first.
How amusing!
And I'm off. All right.
Watch out!
It is sometimes so hard to believe that you have been through so much at such a young age.
I think I look younger than I am.
Yes, that is possible. When I was your age, I was just about ready to take on my first apprentice. In hindsight, perhaps I should have waited a few more years. I was arrogant, my confidence bolstered by my youth.
It is so hard to imagine seeing you now.
Oh, I've had some 2 decades or so to grow mellow. Believe me, back then I was quite prickly.
So you are like a fine wine, yes? Losing the raw edges over time.
I suppose there is some truth to that. Analogy, but dear maker, I do hate being compared to wine. Or cheese. Especially cheese.
I heard about what happened and I don't really know what to say. But I feel like I need to say something. Sorry, perhaps.
I do not need sympathy, so do not feel obliged to give me comfort. We all die, Leliana, and we all know it. How is this different?
Because it's sooner?
Is it really? I may die next year, or I may die tomorrow, shot through the heart by a bandit's arrow. I do not know for sure. The constant fear of death is enough to take the joy out of anything, especially life. Do not worry for me or for yourself. Death will take us when it wills. Until then, we shall live, truly live.
Clear the dungeon and then come back. No other excuse.
Why are you smiling like that? You look suspiciously like the cat that swallowed the pigeon.
Canary.
What?
I look like the cat that swallowed the canary.
I once had a very large cat, but not my point. My point is, why are you smirking?
You were watching her with great interest, I might add. In fact, I believe you were enraptured.
She's our leader. I look to her for guidance.
Oh, I see. So what guidance did you find in those swaying hips? Hmm?
No. I wasn't looking at, you know, her hind quarters.
Certainly.
I glanced in that direction, maybe, but I wasn't staring. Or really seeing anything, even.
Of course.
I hate you. You're a bad person.
Time for more practice. Yes, this should be fun.
Going. All right.
So, what would you do if someone told you that they loved you?
Check their eyesight first, perhaps. Is this someone I should know about?
No, I mean, pretend you're a woman.
I am a woman, Alistair. That shouldn't be too hard, but I'll give it a try.
Oh, that's not what I meant. Just pretend you're another woman. Someone told you that they loved you. How would you react?
Well, that depends. Does this someone just blurt it out? Do I love them back? I need context.
I don't know if you love him back. Maybe you do. You've spent a lot of time with this person.
Perhaps you need to wait for the right moment. You could get her alone in camp. Give her a gift, perhaps.
Oh, I wasn't talking about me. Just, forget I said anything.
As you wish.
It's so strange to be eavesdropping on these conversations, but I can't help myself.
Stop! You will go no further!
Oh, is that so?
You have defiled our temple. You have spilled the blood of the faithful and slaughtered our young. No more! You will tell me now, intruder, why you have done all this. Why have you come here?
Tell me your name, and I will tell you why I'm here.
I am Father Colgrim, leader and guide to the disciples of Andraste. Kill us, and you will face Andraste. She will smell our blood, and the blood of her children on you, and her wrath will be great.
Children? You mean dragons? Is Andraste a dragon?
She is so much more! She is even more glorious than all the old gods combined. The prophet Andraste has overcome death itself, and has returned to her faithful in a form more radiant than you can imagine. Not even the Tevinter Imperium could hope to slay her now. What hope do you have?
And what happened to the ashes?
They are still within this temple, but why do we need ashes when we serve the risen Andraste in all her glory?
So you can give me the urn, then?
So you are after the ashes? Perhaps there is a way for you to make up for your desecration of our home and temple.
Why do you suddenly want to cooperate with me?
It may be because I believe in second chances. All of us stumble through the darkness before being found and shown the light. Perhaps, through Andraste's mercy, her greatest enemy will become her greatest champion.
Alright, maybe we could come to some sort of agreement.
The ashes you seek reside atop this mountain, watched by an immortal guardian who refuses to accept the truth of the risen lady. Now the ashes prevent Holy Andraste from fully realizing her new form. They are a remnant of her past incarnation, and she cannot move on as long as they exist.
Just get to the part about me helping you.
The Holy Andraste wishes us to reclaim her ashes for her, but the Guardian has always stopped us. The task is simple. I give you a vial of the Holy Andraste's blood, and you empty the vial into the ashes. Whatever magic was held in the ashes will be undone, and our great lady will be freed from the shackles of her past life!
I don't know if I like the idea of us helping this Colgrim.
Once that is done, you will have earned your place as our honored sister.
Putting blood in the ashes sounds like a bad idea.
The rewards will be great. You will share in Andraste's power, and be blessed as one of her own.
Yeah, but I don't even believe in that. So, I'm sorry. I can't do what you want.
Then we cannot allow you to leave here. To arms, my brethren! Andraste will grant us victory!
Stop yelling in my face,
You should run while you can. You forced our hand. I
Going. And I'm off. They say music soothes the savage beast, but I'm not going to test that theory. Allow me. I could do that for you. Allow me. I could do that for you.
I bid you welcome, pilgrim.
Who are you?
I am the Guardian, the protector of the Urn of Sacred Ashes. I have waited years for this.
For me?
You are the first to arrive in a very long time. It has been my duty, my life, to protect the urn and prepare the way for the faithful who come to revere Andraste. For years beyond counting have I been here, and shall I remain until my task is done and the Imperium has crumbled into the sea.
Will your task ever be done then?
I do not know, and I do not question.
So, who are the men who've taken over the rest of the temple?
When my brethren and I carried Andraste from Tevinter to this sanctuary, we vowed to forever revere her memory and guard her. I have watched generations of my brethren take up the mantle of their fathers. For centuries they did this, unwavering, joyful in their appointed task. But now they have lost their way. They have forgotten Andraste and their promise.
So, the dragon, it's not actually Andraste then, is it?
No. Our Andraste has gone to the Maker's side. She will not return. The dragon is a fearsome creature, and they must have seen her as an alternative to the absent Maker and his silent Andraste. A true believer would not require audacious displays of power.
So how did the belief spread to the rest of the disciples?
It began with an ancestor of the one known as Colgrim. He saw himself as a new prophet, preaching the rebirth. Some disagreed with him. I heard their cries of pain and loss, which were quickly silenced.
Sounds like these disciples need to be taught a lesson.
The Maker will sit in judgment of them when the time comes.
Fair enough. May I see the urn?
You have come to honor Andraste, and you shall, if you prove yourself worthy.
So I have to fight you?
It is not my place to decide your worthiness. The Gauntlet does that. If you are found worthy, you will see the urn and be allowed to take a small pinch of the ashes for yourself. If not...
What is the Gauntlet?
The Gauntlet tells the true pilgrims from the false. You will undergo 4 tests of faith, and we shall see how your soul fares.
Alright, let's get this over with then.
Before you go, there is something I must ask. I see that the path that led you here was not easy. There is suffering in your past. Your suffering, and the suffering of others. You rose above your caste to become a Grey Warden, but you left behind your family, who relied on you. Tell me, Pilgrim, did you fail them?
Yes. I should have done more to get them out of there.
Thank you. That is all I wish to know.
You are too hard on yourself. No one's perfect.
Accept your failings, but do not let them govern your life.
You could not have known what would happen. You did what you thought was best.
And what of those that follow you? Alistair, Knight, and Warden. You wonder if things would have been different if you were with Duncan on the battlefield. You could have shielded him from the killing blow. You wonder, don't you, if you should have died and not him?
Yes. If Duncan had been saved and not me, everything would be better. If I just had the chance, maybe I...
Ask your question, Guardian. I am ready.
You are ever the advisor, ready with a word of wisdom. Do you wonder if you spout only platitudes, burned into your mind in the distant past? Perhaps you are only a tool, used to spread the word of the Circle and the Chantry. Does doubt ever chip away at your truths?
You framed the statement in the form of a question, yet you already know our answers. There is no sense in hiding, is there? Yes, I do doubt at times. Only the fool is completely certain of himself.
And you, Why do you say the Maker speaks to you, when all know that the Maker has left? He spoke only to Andraste. Do you believe yourself her equal?
I never said that.
In Orlais, you were someone. In Lothering, you feared you would lose yourself, become a drab sister, and disappear. When your brothers and sisters of the cloister criticized you for what you professed, you were hurt, but you also reveled in it. It made you special. You enjoyed the attention, even if it was negative.
You're saying that I made it up for the attention? I did not. I know what I believe.
The way is open. Good luck, and may you find what you seek.
Yikes. The guy just eviscerates us and leaves.
Going. The smallest lark could carry it, while a strong man might not. Of what do I speak?
A tune.
Yes, I was Andraste's dearest friend in childhood, and always we would sing. She celebrated the beauty of life, and all who heard her would be filled with joy. They say the Maker himself was moved by Andraste's song, and then she sang no more of simple things.
Echoes from a shadow realm, whispers of things yet to come. Thought's strange sister dwells in night, is swept away by dawning light. Of what do I speak?
Dreams.
A dream came upon me as my daughter slumbered beneath my heart. It told of her life, and of her betrayal and death. I am sorrow and regret. I am a mother weeping bitter tears for a daughter she could not save.
I'd neither a guest nor a trespasser be. In this place I belong, that belongs also to me. Of what do I speak?
Home.
It was my dream for the people to have a home of their own, where we would have no masters but ourselves. The enemy of my enemy is my friend, and thus we followed Andraste against the Imperium. But she was betrayed, and so were we.
A poison of the soul, passion's cruel counterpart. From love she grows, till love lies slain. Of what do I speak?
Jealousy.
Yes, jealousy drove me to betrayal. I was the greatest general of the Alamari, but beside her I was nothing. Hundreds fell before her on bended knee. They loved her, as did the Maker. I loved her too. But what man can compare with a god?
She wields the broken sword and separates true kings from tyrants. Of what do I speak?
Mercy?
Yes. I could not bear the sight of Andraste's suffering, and mercy bade me end her life. I am the penitent sinner, who shows compassion as he hopes compassion will be shown to him.
Definitely almost said time on that one.
No man has seen it, but all men know it. Lighter than air, sharper than any sword. Comes from nothing, but will fell the strongest armies. Of what do I speak?
Hunger.
Yes, hunger was the weapon used against the wicked men of the Tiventa Imperium. The Maker kindled the sun's flame, scorching the land. Their crops failed, and their armies could not march. Then he opened the heavens and bade the waters flow, and washed away their filth. I am Cather, disciple of Andraste and commander of her armies. I saw these things done, and knew the Makers smiled on us.
The bones of the world stretched towards the sky's embrace, veiled in white, like a bride greeting her groom. Of what do I speak?
Mountains.
Yes. I carried Andraste's ashes out of Tevinter into the mountains to the east, where she could gaze ever into her Maker's sky. No more fitting a tomb than this could we find.
An eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. The debt of blood must be paid in full. Of what do I speak?
Vengeance.
Yes, my husband Hissarion would have chosen a quick death for Andraste. I made him swear that she would die publicly with her war leaders, that all would know the Imperium's strength. I am justice. I am vengeance. Blood can only be repaid in blood.
Hey, what's shaping?
You're not Lesky.
Oh, I'm not? Just a memory pulled out of your head, huh? Don't mean nothing. You never really cared about us. Knew you were meant for greater things. Up there. The surface.
What is the purpose of this?
I know it's been playing on your mind. How you left us in the darkest muck pit this side of the deep roads. But it's all right. Don't want to be all mopey. You can let go and forgive yourself. I forgive you. You gotta go to Andraste with a joyful heart, right? She's like a paragon for humans. Here, I found this lying around and I've no use for it. I know you'll do something good with it. Goodbye, my friend. Remember me.
Now, I was hoping for something more exciting.
On her face? Is that really what I am?
Well, I wasn't expecting that. And I certainly don't want to go through it again.
That was weird. Uh-oh. I'm terrible at puzzles.
I can see a bridge, but it is clearly impossible. There's no way to cross on that. You fare well? We move one step at a time. And here's the first step.
Where's the tavern? Adventure's not over yet?
Andraste only favored the clever, it seems.
I don't know what to say.
Cast off the trappings of worldly life and clothe yourself in the goodness of spirit. King, slave, learner, better be born anew in the Maker's sight. Oh, I have to take off all my stuff. Alright.
You have been through the trials of the Gauntlet. You have walked the path of Andraste, and like her, you have been cleansed. You have proven yourself worthy, pilgrim. Approach the sacred ashes.
I never dreamed I would ever lay my eyes on the urn of sacred ashes. I have no words to express.
I didn't think anyone could succeed in finding Andraste's final resting place. But here she is.
I could not have asked for a greater honor than to be here. I will never forget this feeling.
Let's take some ashes. Just a pinch,
Allow me. I can do that for you. Allow me. I can do that for you.
Welcome back. You were gone for quite some time. Well, did you find it?
Here it is.
is that? Oh, there's some dust on... No, that's not dust. Oh, Maker, I'm not worthy to look upon. What was it like, coming to the urn, I mean?
Grueling. There were tests.
Tests? Interesting. Very interesting. Perhaps my research will not seem so much like blasphemy to the Chantry now. We must organize an expedition. There is so much history here, it must be studied. And pilgrims should be allowed to come to the urn.
That doesn't seem wise. Many will try to exploit this discovery.
But the urn belongs to all the faithful. How can you deny this to them? No, we must share it.
I agree. We cannot withhold this from others. It is not our place.
You have noble intentions, Brother Genitivi. But can you say the same of your brethren in the Chantry?
So everyone comes by and takes some ashes from the urn. Oh, I hope that urn is self-replenishing.
I will spread this good news or die trying.
If something bad comes of this, it's not on me.
I must return home. I have much to do. If you ever find yourself in Denerim, please visit me. I am not a rich man, but I have a small collection of interesting artifacts, and I do owe you a reward for coming to my rescue. I hope to see you soon, my friend.
All right. Back to Redcliffe, hopefully for the last time. Darn it.
You have coin, stranger? The doors are closed off. Old Tegrin can get you a discount. Fine weapon and arms, dwarven made.
What's going on in Orzammar?
There's two things I'm here for. Travel or trade. Understand?
Sure, let's see this discount of yours.
You return. Might you have news?
I found the urn.
You have? Wonderful. Let us go at once to Eamon's side and see if the urn's healing powers live up to their reputation.
Where am I?
Be calm, brother. You have been deathly ill for a very long time. Do you remember nothing?
Tegan? What are you doing here? Where is Isolde?
I am here, my husband.
And Connor? Where is my boy? Where is our son?
He lives. Though many others are dead. There is much to tell you, husband.
Dead? Then it was not a dream.
Much has happened since you fell ill, brother. Some of it will not be easy for you to hear.
Then tell me. I wish to hear all of it. This is most troubling. There is much to be done, that is true. But I should first be thankful to those who have done so much. Grey Warden, you have not only saved my life, but kept my family safe as well. I am in your debt. Will you permit me to offer you a reward for your service?
I need your help against the Blight. That will do.
I understand, but regardless of your motivations, I feel you are worthy of a reward. I would like to honor your efforts. Nothing more.
As you wish, then.
Then allow me to declare you, and those traveling with you, champions of Redcliffe. You will always be a welcome guest within these halls. And for you, Warden, a shield of the same make as those that have been given to our finest knights.
Thank you, Your Grace.
We should speak of Loghain, brother. There is no telling what he will do once he learns of your recovery.
Loghain instigates a civil war even though the Darkspawn are on our very doorstep. Long I have known him. He is a sensible man, one who never desired power.
I was there when he announced he was taking control of the throne, Eamon. He is mad with ambition, I tell you.
Mad indeed. Mad enough to kill Cailan, to attempt to kill myself and destroy my lands. Whatever happened to him, Loghain must be stopped. What's more, we can scarce afford to fight this war to its bitter end.
What are you proposing, then?
We have no time to wage a campaign against him. Someone must surrender if Fereldan is to have any chance at fighting the Darkspawn.
Wait, so you're giving up?
No, not at all. Loghain is responsible for heinous crimes, and I intend to see him pay. But our armies must be reserved for the Darkspawn, not for each other. I will spread word of Loghain's treachery, both here and against the king. But it will be but a claim made without proof. Those claims will give Loghain's allies pause, but we must combine it with a challenge Loghain cannot ignore. We need someone with a stronger claim to the throne than Loghain's daughter, the Queen.
Are you referring to Alistair, brother? Are you certain?
I would not propose such a thing if we had an alternative, but the unthinkable has occurred.
You intend to put Alistair forward as king?
Tegan and I have a claim through marriage, but we would seem opportunists no better than Loghain. Alistair's claim is by blood.
And what about me? Does anyone care what I want?
You have a responsibility, Alistair. Without you, Loghain wins. I would have to support him for the sake of Fereldan. Is that what you want?
No, my lord.
I see only one way to proceed. I will call for a landsmeet, a gathering of all of Fereldan's nobility in the city of Denerim. There, Fereldan can decide who shall rule, one way or another. Then the business of fighting our true foe can begin. What say you to that, my friend? I do not wish to proceed without your blessing.
Do you think this landsmeet idea will work?
That depends. If we cannot get a consensus in the landsmeet for Alistair, we cannot afford to oppose Loghain either. Does that mean Loghain could win? A man who killed his own king,
Who has gone mad with power? Perhaps. We must see that he does not.
And what's to stop Loghain from just attacking Redcliffe?
Why do you think he had me poisoned? He wanted me gone without having to confront me directly. If I call for a landsmeet, refusing the compromise and attacking Redcliffe will only support our accusations. I'm sure he'd rather I died from the poison. Had the demon not interfered, that's exactly what would have happened.
Well, seems we have little choice.
Very well. I will send out the word. But before we proceed, I believe there is the matter of the mage, my son's tutor. He still lives, I understand.
He does. He is in the dungeon, brother.
Have him brought here, Tegan. I wish to see him. Jowan, what you have done is not in question. You tried to assassinate me and set into motion a series of events that nearly destroyed everything I cherish. What have you to say in your own defense?
Nothing, my lord. Other than to say I am sorry. I expect no mercy for what I've done.
I see. Grey Warden, have you anything to say on Jowan's behalf?
He seems earnest in his desire to repent.
Oh? That is unexpected. And what would you have me do? As the injured party, my ability to see the merciful path is strained.
Give him to the Circle of Magi.
True enough, and wisely said. Jowan, I hereby turn you over to the Tower of the Circle of Magi. May the Maker have mercy on your soul.
Thank you, my lord.
Now, back to the matter of the landsmeet. It will take some time to recall my forces and organize our allies. I would prefer to wait until that is done before calling the landsmeet. In the meantime, I suggest you pursue the remainder of the Grey Warden treaties. We will need all the allies we can get if we are to defeat the Darkspawn Horde.